Well, now to the team that beat them at Wembley in last year's final, Liverpool, of course, who began the day as favourites again. Their opponent, Southampton, who gave them a bit of a thrashing in the league earlier in the season. John Motson at Anfield.
Jimmy Case passed a late fitness test before renewing his acquaintance with Anfield. He scored here for Brighton when they knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup in 1983, Liverpool's only home defeat in this competition in the last 21 years. But Case was on the losing side when Ian Rush scored the 2 goals that beat Southampton the last time these teams met in the FA Cup. That was in the semi-final of 1986. Rush takes his place in an unchanged Liverpool side, which in actual fact is the same 11 that lost 4-1 at the Dell in the league last October. A real blow for Southampton. A training injury yesterday rules out Matthew Le Tissier. They're also without Neil Ruddock, who's suspended, so Kevin Moore and number 7 Ray Wallace come in. Apart from Jimmy Case, there's another Liverpool connection with Sammy Lee named as substitute. And the referee is Neil Midgley. Well, you have to go back to November 1981 for the last time Southampton won here at Anfield. It's a towering task for them today. Benali with the first clearance to Case, captain. And the 2 Wallaces playing on the flanks. That was number 11, Rodney, into Rideout. Hussein for Liverpool, whose suspension won't start until next week after his sending off. Here's Hansen. The cup holders in quite prolific form recently. 15 games unbeaten, Liverpool, 8 wins and 7 draws. It's Burrows to Whelan. Barnes. There's Moore with the header out. It's going to come to Beardsley. This is McMahon. Rush. And now it's Venison to Nicol. Span upwards off Case. Cockerell. And then Shearer. That was not properly weighted from Whelan, and Hansen couldn't reach it. This is Wallace, Rodney Wallace, and he was looking for Shearer, who was well placed, and Hussein concedes the corner. Southampton now in front of the goal, behind which their 5,000 supporters are mainly packed. They filled that end today. Header by Nicol. Case from Barnes' clearance. Osman. Shearer again. It's too long for Rideout. The Southampton support from the south coast, so extensive that there's a reasonable chance that we shall be somewhere close to the Anfield capacity for this cup match, which these days is 39,000. Whelan took that well. Barnes ahead of him. And Rush darting through, but the flag is already up against John Barnes. Hansen. Case. And Wallace darting in dangerously. And if he'd made contact there, Barry Venison's face would have been red, as well as his shirt. It was a little bit of loose marking by Liverpool. And I would think Rodney Wallace will look back and certainly feel he should have done better. Just wonder whether offside against McMahon. That's an opportunity that Southampton may regret missing. Well, it wasn't perhaps the easiest ball in the world to hit first time, having seen it from that angle. He got round the back, though. Wallace again, looks for Rideout. Good shot on the turn, and had it been a foot or so higher, Rideout might have surprised Grobbelaar. Well, Southampton certainly set out here with a definite pattern, and so far it's worked. This is Whelan. Forward by Venison, and Osman cushioning the header. Cockle. Hussein, a good challenge on Rideout. Now Beardsley. Osman away. Beardsley again though. Whelan, Rush. Nicol. Corner off Benali. Quickly taken to Beardsley. Whelan. Rush. Goal. Liverpool take the lead from the quickly taken corner. The thinking was that little bit quicker there on Liverpool's part. And Ian Rush scores his 30th FA Cup goal. 27 of them for Liverpool. In the 39th minute, he beats Tim Flowers. Beardsley picked the ball up from the corner, slid it forward to Whelan, and when it came off the Southampton foot, I think of Jimmy Case, Rush steered it underneath Flowers. Hansen on Rideout. Kevin Moore making his way forward for the free kick. Right on half-time. Back to into stoppage time. Well, Nicol let the ball run, but Neil Midgley says Southampton throw. In by Wallace, it came off Rideout's heels and then Nicol's head. Well, when these clubs met in the semi-final at Tottenham in 1986, it was 2 goals in extra time for Liverpool by Ian Rush that sent them on to Wembley and eventually to the double. And this afternoon, after a very even first half for 39 minutes, Rush's 19th of this season gives Liverpool the lead by 1-0. Well, Southampton are a club, as they kick off, who've explored the possibility of moving their ground to a different part of their town, and plans were unveiled here on Merseyside yesterday, provisionally, for a £125 million super stadium, 67,000 seats, that the builders or the developers hope that Liverpool and Everton might consider sharing in a few years' time. Suffice it to say, the two clubs want a lot more information before that gets into a hard discussion. Here's McMahon, still very much Liverpool, part of the Anfield scene here. And of course plans afoot to make this ground all-seater in line with the Taylor report. Liverpool, who've been in 3 of the last 4 FA Cup finals, and Southampton, who have that one glory day to look back on at Wembley in 1976 as a second division club, offside against Rush. When under Laurie McMenemy they beat Manchester United to win the cup. Shearer. To Burrows. Hopeful shouts of hands from the Anfield Road end where the Southampton followers are. Neil Midgley pointed helpfully to his chest. Good running by Nicol. He's found Rush, and there are 2 coming in from the other side. Barnes and Beardsley. Horn with the header out. Then Benali. Still Rush though involved. McMahon. And Jimmy Case working overtime, but so is Peter Beardsley. Beardsley trying to fox more, but the experienced defender knew what he was doing, and this is Wallace. Rod Wallace against Hussain, just overrun it very slightly. Benali. But only to Nicol, and he won't get the throw. It'll go to Southampton. Well, Southampton have tried at every opportunity to play the match in the Liverpool half, pressing up, not allowing themselves to be pushed back continually. Wallace shook off Whelan, but he'll get the free kick because Whelan impeded him. Now then, wonder if Jimmy Case might have a hand in this, or Russell Osman, who's also got a good shot from range. Deflection. Oh. May have come off McMahon, certainly a Liverpool foot from Russell Osman's shot. And Grobbelaar was on hand. Yes, it was Steve McMahon's deflection. Onside rush. Oh. Deliberate handball by Kevin Moore. Oh, play on Nicol. Well, a lot of the fans there thought that the referee had actually played an advantage when Moore handled, but in actual fact the free kick was taken so quickly that Liverpool continued their attacking. So in fact he did give the free kick, but he hasn't booked Kevin Moore for the deliberate handball. Beardsley. Twinkle toes. McMahon. Burrows. Danger here, hooked out by Case, then half away by Wallace. Whelan. McMahon. Beardsley, oh, well played by Beardsley. Lovely goal. Vintage Beardsley. What a super piece of skill and a nice tidy finish. That was England class without a doubt. They're pleased enough on the bench, and they're thrilled in the crowd that Peter Beardsley shows again what an adept and clever player he is. The ball spinning first of all off the head of Moore, but Beardsley tricked Benali and certainly took Flowers out completely with the little chip finish. 64 minutes gone, Liverpool 2, Southampton 0. And does that spell the end of Southampton and Jimmy Case's cup dreams? Are Liverpool the holders on their way to the 6th round? Not often they lose a 2-goal lead here, although John Barnes has just pulled up with a slight pull of some sort. Maybe a groin injury. Nicol, good strong run. Barnes is down, he's out of the action, holding his groin. McMahon. Beardsley. Again, this time to rush. McMahon! Well, that would have been a near perfect goal in terms of the combination play that Beardsley set up. Again, picking his way through, Rush laid it off, but McMahon was some distance away. It's going to be a double substitution by Southampton. Raymond Wallace is coming off. Alan Shearer is coming off. And in their places, number 12, Neil Maddison, and a big favourite here, number 14, Sammy Lee. But in the meantime, Ray Houghton, who hasn't played in the first team since Boxing Day, had a family bereavement followed by an injury. He's back in the picture here, having come on in place of Barnes. McMahon just inside in a good position. Here he is. Cockrell. Well played by Ray Houghton. Here's Venison. Rush. Burrows. Sammy Lee trying to stay with him. And this is Nicol, well done. Round the back of Horn, still Nicol. Beautifully done, and Beardsley got a toe in it. In front of Moore, who might have had the ball away, really. But Beardsley, from Nicol's extremely good work, nearly first again. Nicol coming in right along the line here. And Moore would have expected to clear that ball, but look at Beardsley. Well played by McMahon. Houghton. And again. Oh, Nicol with a chance. Delicate finish. Beautifully done by Steve Nicol. A priceless way to take a goal. You don't have to blast them if you can place the ball like that. That would have been one that Kenny Dalglish would have enjoyed scoring. The ball falling well for Steve Nicol, but goodness me, how quickly he sized up the situation and left Flowers standing still. So the holders are through to the 6th round. Something of a routine performance, their fans might say, once they scored. Before that, Southampton did make a contribution, there's no doubt about that. Steve Nicol, with the 3rd goal, showed finishing of the highest quality. And so a little earlier did Peter Beardsley, who got number 2 on 64 minutes. John Barnes' groin injury meant that he had to leave the action, but Nicol, one of Liverpool's outstanding players, on a day when they defeated Southampton by 3 goals to 0 in front of an Anfield crowd of nearly 36,000.